Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at Luke chapter 14. A lot of things happen in this chapter, but we'll focus on a few things that really stood out to me. So the chapter starts off with Jesus healing a man on the Sabbath day while he is being watched and spending time with the Pharisees, who are very attached to the law and are very attached to following the law to a T. We see him actually having dinner with the Pharisees. He talks about not taking the place of honor when you're invited to dinner, lest you be put into a place of dishonor by your host asking you to take a lesser important seat. So he talks about being humble and how you'll be honored for being humble, having humility. And he also shares the parable of the banquet, about how a man threw a banquet, invited all of his friends and family, but when the time came, everybody had something better to do. So he sends his servant out into the street to find anybody, even those who would be considered less desirable or less important. He says, go find them and tell them to come and share my table. And he tells the servant that all of those who were originally invited, who found something better to do or had an excuse, that none of them would eat from his banquet table. And lastly, we see Jesus talking to a crowd. And this is sort of where we're going to focus. So in verse 26, Jesus says this. I'll read it out to you. He says, if anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. Verse 27, and whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. And we'll end jumping down to verse 33. He says, in the same way, those who do not give everything you have cannot be my disciples. A lot of times where he's telling us in ways that we will not and cannot be his disciples. But what really spoke to my heart about this passage was that Jesus was just telling us how desperately he wants us. He wants all of us. He wants our time. He wants our devotion. He wants our attention. He's saying nothing else matters except for me. I need you to lay down your life, lay down everything that you love, every desire, every dream in order to truly follow me. And we know there's reward in that for us. So even this week, as you go forward, as you spend time in prayer, even today, I would just encourage you to join me in making that our prayer. Just, Jesus, I surrender my all to you. I want nothing more than you and you completely. Thanks so much. Have a great week.